Okay, today's October 10th, and so I just took a picture of my tongue. I told you how they gave me bite few days ago, and now how from that it has developed into ulcer. So I happened to take, because on that ulcer they gave me few bites. I told you in the past 10 years that I lived here, I never had ulcers in my on my tongue ever. Okay. As I'm speaking, they are still trying to do induced tongue bites or induced jaw bites, trying to make sure that when I speak, my tongue gets in between the teeth. It's called micromanagement of my mind. I told you they are reading my mind on some computer. We have the raving of the engine going on right when I'm speaking. So I told you they can read my thoughts. They can see what I see. They hear what I say. Right? Suja Vijan has spoken about this. Ramola Dharmraj and this Karen Stewart. So many Karen, Dr. Catherine Horde, all these people. What do you call? Dr. Eric Karlstrom, all these people have spoken about all these technologies, right, that these people are using, brain-computer interface. In fact, there is an entire graph of that diagram, how brain is uploaded on some computer and the data is analyzed there, everything, right? And also Billy Cronpasser said that via witchcraft, these witches, they can remote view somebody, that their targets on some mirror. At least that's what he was saying. So whatever technologies they're using, and Davos, even in Davos, these scientists had come who said, oh, we can monitor, we can hack people's brain, we know we can read their thoughts, we can read their PIN numbers, passwords, everything, right? And that is what I said. They already know my passwords. They have already messed up with my PIN number. They've already, and they are reading all my thoughts every single moment, and that is why they are honing into that thought, and that is how to do super interrogation, as Dr. Richard Boylan says. They are then giving me electric shock or shooting needle pain or removing my eyelash or giving me ulcers on my tongue or putting pressure on my eardrums or pulling my eardrums or heating my ear or giving me burning on my skin, or they are giving me induced swelling of my tongue, not ulcers, induced swelling of my tongue, or zapping vagina or brain zap, all of this to super interrogate. Oh, why they did this? Because I did this. So that is called super interrogation. You do this, I do this. You do this, I do this. Same thing, BS, okay? So this is my fourth video of the day. Whatever, it's the mid afternoon. And anyways, what they did was I was transferring the videos, okay? And I happened to call somebody. And that person wanted my email. So the moment I said, I first repeated my entire email ID, and then I was to break down each and every letter and, spell it out for that person. So just because I initially said the entire email, they immediately gave me this tongue bite, and I could tell it was an induced bite. Oh, don't give out the entire email, she might not understand. I'm like, immediately it followed with the breaking down. I always do it. This is my usually I break it down, that way, they don't write E instead of A and not write A instead of E, that kind of, or B and D, that kind of thing. We and, that kind of like, so anyways, I did all that, but that is what they did. Then my in-laws, like when they were cooking, they were looking for some pickle in the refrigerator. Now I told you, because every single thing, because of the hygiene stuff, programming and continuous harassment about hygiene stuff, they not only gave me induced fever and sore throat, but for the, I told you how they gave me electric shock for, oh look, you did not wipe down the outer case of your eggs. Oh, here I'm going to give you electric shock. I'm going to give you shooting needle pain in the right side of your abdomen. Oh look, now you placed the vessel on the counter on which you placed the egg case, and so the egg case is dirty, the counter is dirty. Now you place the utensil in which you want to wash the lentils, and now, yeah, you're gonna pressure cook it, they're gonna die, but yeah, we're gonna hone into it. And like today also they did something of the similar thing, right? Although I took out the 2 containers that were in the refrigerator, they were my containers where I put my vegetables separate as compared to my in-laws and my hubby. So I took out those containers. I have to wipe it down with a Clorox wipe, the outer surfaces. I did wipe down the bottom, which probably they did not realize. So when I put those 2 containers back, and when I put the lid on that counter area where the container was, they immediately gave me electric shock. Oh look, you placed a counter there, the lid there on the counter where you had placed the containers. And so they wanted to tell, oh, you did not wipe the bottom of the container, which they did not realize that I already had wiped it. Maybe they missed it when they were looking in some computer, when they are reading my brain or something, because they can see every single thing as clear as what I am seeing. My eyes are like lens. And I just saw recent was it a Netflix movie or series? I just saw they were showing that this girl was working for CIA, and how she was like a spy, like a Russian spy, but she had this lens in her eye, so the CIA could literally see every single thing as mirror, like crystal clear mirror, as you would see yourself in a mirror, just like that. So they mind programmed the masses. They let people know that we have this kind of technology. I'm not saying that I have some kind of lens in my eye, but it is so clear that they can see, they literally can see every single thing that I see. And that is what the guy was writing in this article, which I've posted those videos just few days ago, where I'm showing the article of a guy who has mentioned this exact same technology, that these CIA, FBI, NSA, DARPA, military, Delta, for all these people have this military grade technology where they can see everything I do or the targeted individual does as crystal clear, as if they're having a lens. Now they are giving me more and more pressure on the right side of my eardrum. So most likely they want to tell me, oh, don't disclose this technology, don't disclose that we are working with Hollywood and European entertainment system and Australian entertainment system and Indian entertainment system to let all these technologies out. So anyways, coming back to my targeting and torture, they gave me this bite, and today after I was thinking for past few days to take a picture, which I did not, and so today I saw it's literally that bite has turned now into ulcer. Okay. Initially it was like literally a bite. Like I said, in past 10 years I never ever had any tongue ulcers or ulcers in my tongue, not even in my gums. I never had these kind of ulcers ever. But where it is coming from, don't forget, I told you how they gave me induced tongue bites when I was sleeping, and then few other times they gave me induced tongue bites. They are literally giving me bites. I can tell because I know I'm not doing it. It is so induced, like if somebody's controlling you, you can tell the difference between like induced thoughts. Like I told you how I used to get induced thoughts, all of those thoughts for 2 straight years, that they targeted and mentally tortured me to tell me that I was a sexual predator and I was a pedophile. They started to give me all these induced thoughts, and then they will have helicopter flying, or then they will have police cars or some gang stalkers, and all that was going on to make me feel like I was a sexual predator. Then only I realized, oh my gosh, all these people are Satanists, they are the pedophiles, they are the sexual predators, and that is what Hollywood was all about. And that is how I learned about Disney, how he was into sexual thing, showing all the sexual characters and black magic and witchcraft to people, to children, because he was sensitizing the children to know these, and that is why Almas Jacob keeps saying that Netflix and everything is filled with witchcraft and black magic. And now somewhere in Europe they have opened up a university of black magic and occult and witchcraft. So now they're gonna have this master's degree in all this witchcraft and all that. So Almas Jacob said that they're gonna make this witchcraft mainstream thing, and they will fade out all these doctors and all these kind of things. They will treat the people with their witchcraft. Like I told you, if they are inducing these illnesses in me, probably they can take it out, just like they put the stones in my mouth. But I told you many times in my previous videos that, then I try to try to find that stone, then I don't see it. It's kind of disappears after that first bite. Today I had to spit it out. I showed you how I had to spit out my food. The very usually when they give this bite, either it's in the first bite that I take, there's a stone in there, or they will wait for me to finish, and in the last 2 to 3 spoons that is left, that is where they will put the stones. Usually this is what they have done with me. So we know that it is very targeted stones also that they put. Now they are giving me pressure on the left side of my eardrum, okay, as I'm saying. So they are even confirming right now as I'm speaking. Then what happened was, so my in-laws were cooking, and so my father-in-law wanted some pickle. He started to look around here and there, and I'm like, I have my set of those 2 containers in which I put my vegetables. So these people, I was in my office uploading all these videos and doing all these transferring the videos and uploading the videos. I have to go through all that BS, waste my time. And they immediately start to give me shooting needle pain in the right side of my abdomen, and at the same time there was a raving of the engine going on. So they do all of this synchronistically, as CI Robert Duncan says that they do synchronizations. So they already had their pawns ready, that if these people do something here and there, these people let me know. Oh, look, your father-in-law is touching here and there, go, make sure he doesn't touch anywhere. And so I had to literally tell them that, hey, this is my part of the thing, make sure, please don't touch it. Because what happened was, once I was in my laundry room, and he took out the clothes, and he the wash clothes of his, and he placed it on the counter, and right above the counter my clothes were drying. And because I did not tell him anything about it, I just happened to, whatever the longer clothes that were hanging, I just happened to rewash it. But I didn't tell him anything. So what they did, oh, you're not going to tell him anything? Okay, fine. So your clothes are now have some kind of insects or something they wanted to relay in that manner. So now they are giving me more bite, but it's all on the left side. So the left side means, oh yeah, good, you didn't tell, oh good, I told you, right, I didn't tell anything. So immediately they gave me a bite on the left side of that ulcer thing. So they continuously keep giving me bites there at a particular time, okay, not just random. So anyways, because I didn't tell, what happened was, I was drying the clothes. So I already had one set of load. It was dried in the dryer. I folded the clothes on a couch. There was nothing on the couch back then. I took away all the clothes, folded clothes. I placed it in its closet. Then the couch was empty. I didn't see anything there. Then from the hanger where all the clothes were hanging, the shorter clothes I took out, I dried that. And then the second load which I came, and which I was folding, and I was sitting in a folded position. I told you in my previous video that I was sitting in a cross leg position, and the leg was so tightly, I was actually applying pressure on my leg. It was feeling good, so the way I was sitting, I was applying a lot of pressure, so no insect can go between the cross leg, and that is exactly where I had an insect bite. And when I went to see, there was even a dead insect, which I know it was a part of witchcraft, because if it was alive, then I can understand, but I know all of this cockroach activity. I showed you so many times, ant activity, cockroach, centipede, all these activities are done at a particular time to dictate me, do this, don't do that. Oh, you have to do this. You don't have to do that, right? So they wanted to make issue about these clothes, that look, the clothes can have some kind of, I don't know, microorganisms, insects, whatever, because basically they wanted to say, oh, okay, his clothes were on the counter and he might have touched somewhere, on your freshly washed clothes. So now those were, the ones that were hanging, that was so close to, because see, these people, like when they open the washer, they don't disinfect the washer, everything, right? They just close with the same dirty hands, and but what I do is, once my clothes are done, I wash the entire washer, I disinfect it, I make sure there's nothing much there, I disinfect the upper top part of it, the outer surface, I disinfect, first I disinfect dryer and then I go with the washer. So I want to make sure that it's all nice and clean once I take out my washed clothes, but they don't do it. So although his so-called clothes are washed, his hands might have just touched somewhere on my clothes that were hanging. So at that point, when they gave me these insect bite, just to tell me, oh look, they wanted to make an issue about some clothes thing on that second laundry, because this was the second laundry that I was folding, okay, which I removed from the hanger. They were drying on that hanger, but I didn't touch the long clothes. I wanted to rewash it because God knows what kind of hands he has. I didn't tell him anything. So I'm like, okay, so if these people could put an insect and give me such a big bite, that insect gave me this big bites, okay? It was entire, that thing was so red, my leg, okay? These people are absolute evil. You can tell from continuous ulcers, from stones in my food, from these witchcraft insect bites, that how evil these people are. So I'm dealing with this. So I just thought that, oh, if I don't tell him that, this is my area, that of course that same thing can repeat tomorrow. But then who knows, tomorrow these people will think to give me more induced fever and more induced sore throat and God knows more induced what all of they can do anything, right? What goes in their brain, who knows, right? Because they are evil people. CIA Robert Duncan, FBI Gerald Sosby, CIA Barbara Hartwell, Suja Vijayan, Jib In, Ramola Dharmraj, Karen Stewart, NSA, DARPA, DOD Delta Force, all these, Almas Jacob, Sachin Clive, Pastor Billy Crone, all these Illuminati people, Freemasons, Washington, D.C., all these Freemasonic Illuminati people who worship Lucifer, Hollywood, Bollywood. So they are working for Lucifer. And they know that if they do not do the bidding of the Satan, for the Satan, then Satan himself will go and kill these people. Don't forget, they take the oath to lie, sabotage, kill, and commit suicide. This is what they live for. They believe in order out of chaos. There is nothing goodness in these people. They are absolute soulless, evil people out there. Okay? So yeah, that is what they did, and I had to run and I had to let them know where the pickles are, so they don't keep touching here and there. They gave me this induced bite while I was transferring the videos. And oh yeah. So again, if I was replaying the video, just and when the eggs thing came in that video, these people again, like gave me twitch on the right side of my leg to again make the issue about the same thing. Oh look, you did not disinfect the outer case of the egg, so here the 3 twitches on the right side. So yeah, that's what I have to go